lockdown alert from Douglas College Security. There is a violent intruder at large on this campus. Immediately go to the nearest room and lock and barricade the door. Close and cover windows. Turn out all lights and audio equipment. Stay low and stay quiet.
Last year, during the whole killer clown craze, a few clowns on Twitter threatened to come to our school at 11:30 a.m. and kill us. The school picked up on this and sent out emails to parents and planned a lockdown at 10:30. Sitting in history class, I hear the familiar sound of the lockdown alarm, the teacher rushing to the windows and the door, locking and closing them. To be honest, I wasn't that worried. I thought it was just another blank threat online, and nothing would happen, and my day would go back to normal. But there's still an excitement to a lockdown. After 40 minutes of silence, sitting on the cold floor in the corner of the room, the emergency flashing green light turned off, and the air conditioning slowly fell silent, and the hallway lights switched off. The school had cut power. Why though? At this point, me and my classmates were starting to look at each other. We all knew that something real was going on. After 10 minutes or so, we could all hear a faint banging noise from down the corridor, slowly followed by heavy and fast footsteps. Someone was running down the hallway. They started banging on the lockers, and they screamed,
"I'll kill all of ya! Just die!"
At this point, a few girls started quietly crying. Then the most terrifying thing ever happened. One of the men dressed as a clown ran up to my class door, banging and screaming. Multiple people were crying now, and one of my friends whispered at me, "We're all going to die." I started crying too. The man swiftly moved away from our door, and his scream slowly faded down the corridor. After another 2 hours, the principal came on the loudspeaker, surprisingly explaining everything. He said that just after 11, 2 men walked into the school, one holding a kitchen knife and a camera. They ran around the school, threatening to kill students, and once police raided the school, only caught one. No one was hurt. The school got over 20 buses to take the younger kids home, and the kids in 9th grade and over, like me, were told to walk home in groups and call the cops if we saw anything suspicious. I had a hard week at school, thinking that the second man would return with a gun or something, but nothing happened. This, nonetheless, will be scarred into my mind forever. The second one, as far as I know, has not yet been caught yet, but at this point, I feel like they were not looking for him. It's been over a year, but the thought of him still planning an attack on the school has made me a lot more cautious when walking to school. Since then, the school has hired a few on-campus police officers and have installed some auto-locking features on the doors and windows when the lockdown alarm goes off. This had made me feel a little bit better in school. But this just isn't something you can forget about. It stays around forever.
It happened in 2014 in November. I'm a senior in high school and graduating soon this year. I remember feeling dreadful and not wanting to go to school because somehow I knew something bad was going to happen. After arguing with myself to whether or not to go to school, I texted my friends. I decided to go to my mom and tell her I won't be going to school since we will only watch movies and eat free food given by the teacher. I finally convinced her and I went to sleep. 2 of my friends also told me that they're not going to school either. Then I received a text message from my dad and friends that came from the school. It says,
"The school is on lockdown. All students and staff are to remain inside the class. The police are on their way. A student is allegedly threatening all staffs with a weapon in hand."
This is normal for me. The school lockdowns, when there's trouble, It happens like twice in 5 years. At first, my school wasn't as bad as it is right now. We had a student council and we would look up to them, and they regulate school rules and always the ones to stop fights or anything that will harm the student. That was 2011 and 2012. When the seniors who were all a part of the student council graduated, everything went bad. As in bad, like very bad. My school was suddenly reported for drug deals, fights in the school, my school wanting to fight another school, and a bomb threat. I can recall events where police was escorting a student of a year below mine. So this wasn't anything that's surprising except the last sentence. I've read it again and again and make sure I'm reading it right. And I was. The next day, my friends who were at school told me what happened. Apparently a guy who's 6 feet tall went on a rampage when a teacher told him off for not doing his work and not graduating. The creepy thing though was that he's the same grade as me. I often see him in school and he looks harmless. He broke the school windows in the 700 block, went to the cooking class, grabbed a kitchen knife as a weapon, and threatened everyone that he will kill them. They called the police and made the students go to their class and remained in class until the police gets into the school. Fortunately, there were brave students and knew how to defend themselves and decided to imprison the student into a closet taller than him. A student kicked the knife away from his hand and they pushed him into the closet and locked him until the police arrived. I don't know what happened after that. There were rumors that he was put on jail, suspended, expelled, and went to another school. It was a good thing I wasn't there. Many times my instinct had saved me from danger, and this is one of those that I won't forget. Too lucky who's as tall as a bamboo. Let's never meet again.
Close and cover windows. Turn out all lights and audio equipment. Stay low and stay quiet. Turn cell phones to silent. This is a real and imminent threat. Lockdown shelter-in-place procedures are now in effect. Remain calm and do not leave your place of shelter until you have been advised it is safe to do so by police and college authorities. If the fire alarm sounds, do not leave unless advised to do so by police, college authorities, or unless you detect fire.